What's up, guys and gals? Back to another story time. Thank you guys so much for all the support y'all gave on the Tinder video. That joint is going crazy. I really appreciate it. Let's keep going strong with these joints. But I got an amazing story time for you guys today. I do apologize because I am high as shit from yesterday, so I'm messed up. But we're gonna get it right into this story time. So this is the time that I decided to go to a house party and I got stuck there. So it was one day in ninth grade. I had 4 friends. Now, most of them weren't close to me other than one guy that we'll call Joe. Joe was really close to me. Me and Joe, that's how I knew all the other ones. Me and Joe were friends. We're still friends to this day. I still know Joe. So Joe's and me are at school, and it's a Friday, and Joe's like, "Hey, bro, there's a party coming up, and it's gonna be tonight if you wanted to come." And I'm like, it's ninth grade. I've never been to a house party before, and I'm really excited. I really want to come. So I'm like, okay, bet. But because of parents and stuff like that, you can't just tell my parents that, hey, I'm going to a house party at 9 o'clock at night. You know how that's gonna go. So I had to tell my mom that me and Joe were going to a birthday party and I needed to be dropped off, and could we pick up Joe? And she's like, yeah, we can pick up Joe. So she picks up Joe and we head to the house party, and she drops us off there. Now, when she drops us off, there's people there parked, so she's thinking, we're good and all that stuff, and we let her go away. And after that, we decide that we're gonna wait for Joe's friends to show up. They show up. We're all here. We're all talking. We're all looking at the house. Now, the house is off. No lights on, no nothing like that. And then we get a confirmed message that they canceled it and they moved it to a different house. So we're like, oh, shoot. We need to go to the opposite house that, they have it at too. But we don't have a car. So we start walking there because it's only maybe like a 15-minute walk. So we're walking there and we start seeing cops fly by, right? Fly by, they're trying to go to the house. And I'm like, oh, okay. 3 cops stop and pull us over, and they're like, hey, you guys, you 5, let me talk. Can we talk to y'all real quick? We're like, damn. Now, my parents have taught me better. So when I talk to cops, I'm very polite, but you gotta be really careful what you say. They may try to use it against you and all that stuff. So I'm not really saying too much. But then Josh comes in for the clutch. He's like, hey, officers, we were just going to the party, and it wasn't there, and so sorry and all that stuff. And they believe him, and they're about to let us go. And they're like, okay, do you guys have any drugs on you? And we're like, no, I don't have any drugs on me. Like, everybody's saying no. Like, he's asking one person at a time, do you have drugs? Do you have drugs? Like, no. It gets on to me. I'm like, nah, I don't got no drugs, because I don't. Ninth grade, I ain't never smoke. I was literally a great kid. I was like, so I was confident that we were all good. And he's like, if I check y'all right now, y'all gonna be good? We're all like, we going down the list again. Everybody, we're like, yeah. And then they leave. Now, once they leave, Joe's like, hey, Fred, oh, thank you, they didn't check us, or, I'd be, because I had weed on me. And I'm like, bruh, at the time, you're a little kid, you're like, bruh, you're judging them like, bruh, we could have went to jail, like, what the heck are you doing, like, oh my gosh, like, it was just a lot, because I was like, oh, shoot. But after that, we kept walking to the other party, and these 2 girls in a car stopped because they need to know. They're like, oh, do you know where the party is? The address and all that? We're like, yeah. So we send them the address, and they're like, oh, we'll take you guys there too. So we start heading there, and I'm like, okay. We head to the next party joint. Now we see lights on, we see everybody parked, but no one's getting out to go in. And then we start talking to people who standing on the side, and they're like, yeah, so it's either full or they don't they cancel it and they switch to another house. And I'm like, bruh, we gotta go to another house. But now everybody gotta use the bathroom, so they decided to take us to a McDonald's. We go to the McDonald's. Now this McDonald's is maybe like 20 minutes to my house. So I decide, we're sitting there, everybody's trying to get food and all that. They're trying to decide what they want to do. The girls decided they needed to leave, so they left. And all the guys are sitting here. Now, Joe and them, they don't know what they're going to do. And me, I know I can't just walk in my house because my mom's going to be like, yo, where'd you come from and all that stuff. And I hear no car outside. So I was like, the only choice I had was to go back to the party and walk all the way to the house so then I can call my mom. So So Joe is still sitting there, trying to figure it out, and they're all figuring it out, and I don't got time for them to figure it out because it's an hour and 30-minute walk back to the house party. So I decided to keep walking to the house party, and then I texted them. So I didn't notice when I started walking there that I put it in the wrong address, and I put in Joe's address. So when I pull up, I see that it's Joe's house, and I'm like, damn. So I wait for Joe. Joe comes in like 15 minutes because they decided to ask one of their moms to come take them home. And I was like, okay. So Joe gets there, and then I call my dad, and my dad comes to pick me up. Thank goodness he didn't ask any questions, any of that. I was just like, we walked back to Joe's house after the party and all that stuff. So that's how the story goes. The moral of the story: just be careful what you're doing. Try not to be stupid when you're out. Ask questions first before you go to just a random house party, and don't get into strangers' cars. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video. Thank you guys so much for all the support.